Good morning, inflatable fans. I hope you're all well. I'm knackered. I've got this 20 kilo bag on my back. It's got the Deschutes in, dry suit, batteries, fluids, food and other ancillaries. Heading up to Boroughbridge. So I'm walking into town to get the bus to go to Boroughbridge. And the plan today is to do a marathon, 26 miles from Boroughbridge to Naburn Lock. There's the Minster, and the Minster is exactly a mile from my place, and yeah, the mile marker has just activated on my wrist there. So, about half a mile to go to the train station. I've given myself plenty of time because heavy bag. So as I come past the Minster, the good thing is I won't be picked up on CCTV, which is up there, which I was picked up on one of my previous jaunts down here. I'm just gonna unload my bag outside the Minster for 5 minutes, just have a rest. Right, that's enough of that. Let's go. The reason I'm keen to get there early is that all the bus stops in that area outside the train station have changed because the whole area's undergone redevelopment over the last couple of years. A bit like here where there's some stuff going on. Oh, it's a bit breezy. Anyway, enough of that bull, let's go. So I'm just walking over the Ouse now. All being well, I should be passing under here sometime this afternoon, and I can see the river is up a little bit, and for me that's a good thing. I'm doing alright. Train station is just up there. I think you can see that. 1.57 miles. See what I mean about the works in this area? So, oh, don't tell me they've closed off access to the bus stops. Whew, that's a relief. They're here. Oh man, access to bus stops only. Right, gotta find the one with 82, 83, 84 on. Found it. Jesus, that thing's heavy. It's good to get it off my back. Morning, how you doing?
How are you?
Yeah, not bad. I'm heading towards Boroughbridge. So I've done 1.7 miles by foot. Technically, I could count that as part of today's marathon. Sunrise is in about 40 minutes. But I should arrive in Boroughbridge for about 7:30. The bus driver's gone for a pork pie. I think I'm going to join him. Gotta admit, that was a good shout. And the bus driver waited for me, bless him. There goes the bus. Get this back on my back. Not got far to go. He's dropped me off just after the roundabout because there's a... Oh look, I'm not even on camera. There's a bus stop just after Langthorpe roundabout, which is where I'm going to put in. So there's a cut here. I'm going to drop in on there. Go down to Milby Lock. There'll be a portage at Milby Lock. One more portage at Linton on Ouse. And then we're plain sailing. So I'm under the bridge at Milby Cut. Bit dark. Just clamber down this stone embankment. And I'm going to set up directly by the water, I think. Be easier, won't it? Okay, got everything in the boat. It is now 7:53. Sun has just come up over there. It's time to start this epic adventure. Let's go. Mileometer is off, so are we. So like I say, first stop, Milby Lock. Paddle of choice for this one, the Aquamarina KP3. A, because it packs down small and went into the bag, and B, because it's nice and light. And I think I'm going to need that. I'm hoping to hit an average speed of about 3 miles an hour. Time will tell. That's nice as you come out of there, isn't it? Here we go. Sounds like my appreciation crowd's out. Noisy little sod. Never been down this bit before. It's one of the reasons why I kind of wanted to launch from under the bridge and go down to Milby Lock, because I've never been here. And actually this bit's quite nice. You might have noticed, dry suit. This is my first dry suit outing of this winter. I just figured it was the easiest thing to do. A, in case it rained, and B, keeps you warm. So I'm just going to keep going down here until I get to Milby Lock. I hope it's an easy portage. What is quite reassuring is that I'm easily doing over 3 miles an hour. I'm not caning the paddling, just paddling steady away. And I'm not even in the flow. So yeah, I am hopeful that I can average a relatively good speed. 3.5 I'd like, 4 would be fantastic. However, I'm not planning on really pushing myself. Like, this isn't a race, you know, in terms of it. Although I'm calling it a marathon paddle in terms of mileage, I'm not actually doing a race. So I will actually take my time and enjoy some aspects, you know, enjoy the trip. That's the whole point, isn't it? Right, I'm just going to go and scope this, see what the situation is. Yeah, okay, that looks straightforward enough. Let's go. From this bridge over the lock, it does look like it's going to be a nice day, doesn't it? Anyway, not got time for that. Let's go. Yeah, bit of a snag this one. Don't know whether you can tell, but that's roughly a 2-metre drop. Thankfully there's a ladder. I'm going to have to try and work this out. All part of the adventure. All part of the adventure. That is one hell of a drop. Chuck the camera under there for a minute while I get in. A good job, this Deschutes is stable as hell. Oh. Oh, thank you. Well, that slowed me down a little bit, but can't be helped. And it was doable. So what I did was, I attached my mooring line around one of the steps and clipped it to the boat and took it from there. Right, let's flip the paddle around and we're back off. Oh. That took a little bit of time, but not to worry. Soon be in the flow. Poor flow. It is shaping up to be a beautiful start to the day. Not long before I leave this cut and enter the flow of the Yure. For those of you that don't know, the River Yure becomes the Ouse at around the Aldwark area where the toll bridge is. I'll point it out when we get there. Regulars to this channel will know that I like paddling without the skeg because it improves your technique and encourages you to learn how to paddle the boat straight. However, today I've got the skeg in. And that's because I want it to go as straight as possible. Like when I stop paddling, I don't want it spinning out. And also I want that bit of extra reduction of yaw. Extra reduction, that doesn't sound quite right, does it? But you know what I mean. I want to reduce the yaw as much as possible so that I'm travelling as direct as possible. That's the reason I've got the skeg in. As much as I'm glad it's a nice day, I have to say, it's a bloody nuisance having that sun in my eyes. I can't see where I'm going, even with shades on. It really is right in my face. I have to put the peak of the cap down just to stand a chance. Who knew that was going to be one of our problems? It wasn't until I saw that building there that I realised we've actually left the cut. I missed it, completely missed it. Anyway, we're on the Yore, on the River Yore, so we've got the flow with us a little bit and just paddling steady away, doing about 3.7 miles an hour. I'm quite happy with that. In fact, I'm so happy, so happy. I'll show you what I'm going to be dining on and drinking today, because obviously it's going to be a long day. You've got to make provision for these things. So you saw the bus driver stop to go at the baker's. Well, I have got an army ration pack in this bag that you heat on the water, and I've done that in these boats before on these trips, but I thought I'd have these. I've got one of those bacon and cheese wraps, which I really quite like, and a pork pie. That should stoke the furnace a bit. In terms of fluids, oh, come here you. I put them all in a dry bag just in case they leaked in my other bag. Should be alright. In terms of fluids, I've got an iced coffee, and then an electrolyte drink, and just a little bottle of water. The water was predominantly for the army ration pack, because you need, for the self-heating things in there, you need a drop of water, and I didn't fancy taking it out of here. Anyway, I've drifted into the edge, so I'm going to reposition myself into the flow so that I can eat these while drifting. That's the plan. I'm really enjoying this. Just slowly getting a few miles in whilst enjoying my breakfast at the same time. Good. And look at it, it's beautiful. It's such a lovely stretch of water, this. And I'm really enjoying myself. And I kind of wonder what I feel like when I get past York. Get the sunlight on that, looks lovely. Right, I've just done about an hour. 2.36 miles. That's pretty slow. However, there was that big faff with the lock, and I have been coasting while I've been, breakfasting. Well, I think what I'm going to do after I finish this is put the camera in time lapse and get about 6 miles out of the way, I think. Yeah, I think we'll do that. That's not a good place to park a boat, is it? Hey? That's not a good place to park a boat.
Definitely not.
You see all these ripples in the water? I've been kind of looking for those and paddling into them, because that's where the wind is hitting the water from behind me. This here on the left, I think it's the River Swale, where the River Swale comes in. If I've got it wrong, I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, this is a confluence. Might as well get into the flow of that and enjoy it. We all want flow today. Lucky flow. Not got much to say for themselves. I think they're too busy enjoying their breakfast. Well, they're not too chatty either. Everybody's a bit boring today. The hyperlapse footage has just ended because the battery's gone flat. I'm going to swap that out at Aldwark toll bridge, and I'm just about to go under the footbridge that connects the golf course here at Aldwark. So let's get to Aldwark toll bridge, because I really need a pit stop there. I need to get out of this dry suit. I am way too warm. And I have to say, that sun is really, really annoying. It's right in my face the whole time. And it's kind of ruining the journey really, because all I'm seeing is silhouettes. I'm having to keep my cap really low. I'm having to keep my head bowed to keep the sun out of my eyes. But the worst thing is, well, I tell you what, if I didn't have shades with me today, I'd be scuppered, because it's not just the sun in the sky, it's the reflection off the water. Yeah, it's a bit bloody annoying sun. This is Aldwark toll bridge. There is a nice little mooring point just beyond this one, and I think I'm just going to jump out there, get out of this dry suit, have a Penelope Pitstop and stretch my legs. And this is roughly where the York becomes the Ouse. Rickety, isn't it? Oh, it's good to stretch my legs. Oh. Oh, that's better. See, I did have the onesie on as well, and I think it's just a bit of overkill. Oh. Alright, camera battery swapped out, dry suit removed. I've done 7 miles, well 7.1 miles. You can see the timer is still running. When I'm taking breaks, I'm not actually stopping the timer because I want this to reflect the whole journey. So 7 miles in 2.5 hours, say. Now if this was a 28-mile trip, that would be a quarter of the way there, which would mean I've got 7.5 hours to go. That's what I'm kind of going to base this on, including pit stops and so on. So that's this Penelope pit stop out of the way. Let's get back in and crack on. Can't tell you how much better I feel without that dry suit. I was getting a burning sensation in my hip, and I'm not sure. I think actually, yeah, I can feel it now. It's the elastic from my shorts. It was kind of getting stuck in my hip, so I've just moved them around. Just adjusted myself on camera. Right, let's go. Quite like this cheapo mooring line that I got from Temu. It's elasticated, but it's quite versatile. It's quite handy. Oh my god, that feels so much better. Right, as I say, from this point onwards, the York and the Ouse are one. This is now the Ouse, or thereabouts. There is a sign about half a mile down saying York and Ouse, so whether that's the point or this is the point, I don't really know. On Google Maps, this is shown as the point. Anyway, stop rambling, Cal. I think, if I'm not mistaken, about 3 miles to Linton Lock, and that'll give me a 10-mile marker. Right, I think we'll hyperlapse a bit again. He was just telling me that the grass is really good today. Nice to know. My God, I'm so enjoying this backwind. It's quite nice to stick your paddle out and use it as a sail. See a bit of river traffic coming. Over there's that sign that I mentioned that says York Ouse. Horrible place to live. Sometimes you just got to stop and take it in. They're saying their grass is good too. You know, when you're paddling against the wind, you get the optical illusion that you're going faster because the waves are coming towards you. Yeah, when the wind's behind you, you get that opposite effect. You feel like you're hardly moving because you're travelling with the water. It's really frustrating. And yet, if you look at the bank, I'm moving along quite nicely. Just funny the way water plays tricks with your brain. Right, here we are at Linton Lock. So I've got a long portage here. I really hope this slipway here doesn't live up to its name, Slipway. can be a bit muddy. Fingers crossed it's about to come into view. Oh, that looks alright. I think we're golden. Give it a bit of speed. Now I need to do the shuffle. Oh, that was quite straightforward. Come on you, don't want you blowing away. Here we are. Let's have a look at this. 10.25 miles, 3 hours 40 minutes. What I'm curious about is what my halfway mark is going to be like. What's going to be like at about 13 miles. So let's crack on. Right, let's go. Oh, it's good to stretch the old legs, to be honest. How am I supposed to get through here? This is new, there's a magnet on it and no release button. How do I get through? I think I've got to get back in the water and get out on that marina, that mooring line there, and then go up that ramp on foot. Jesus, this is annoying. All this just to get to here. How fucking annoying. Let's try again. Come on you. Oh, this is a bit narrow up here. Should be alright. Oh, it's very narrow. Oh, and I'm a wide load. Oh, a bit mucky along here. Well, after that debacle, that set me back a little bit. 11:49. Right, got to get the 13 mile marker, because that's going to be my truest gauge for how long this is going to take. Let's go. This is Linton on Ouse, sorry, Newton on Ouse. Lovely little area this. We're heading down towards Nunmonkton. When I get to Nunmonkton, I'm going to do a distance check. I wonder if I'm going to regret taking the dry suit off. I don't think so. That's the Benningborough Hall ferry boat house, as I recall. So this is Nunmonkton Bend, as I call it, or Benningborough Hall Bend. Rob and I stayed here one time many moons ago, and it's looking a little bit scabby at the minute, gotta say. I think it's just all driftwood and woodfall and so on. And I think, let me just have a quick look. I'm about the 12.5 mile mark, so I just need to go a little bit further to have a 13 mile gauge. Just up there you've got the River Nid confluence where that flows into the Ouse. And around here, this is all Nunmonkton on this side. Some really beautiful topiary, there's a good word, topiary. Right, I just pulled in for a discreet Penelope and I'm off again. Right, let's go. Just hit the 13 mile marker. 4 hours 42 minutes thereabouts. That's actually slightly better. I was anticipating about 10 hours. So I'm doing okay, I think. Now the advantage I've got from this point onwards, no more locks. I lost a lot of time at Linton. You saw that. That was really faffy, having to get back in and then go back out and then portage it. But I don't have any of that now until I get to Naburn Lock, and that's the end of the ride anyway. I'm feeling a little bit sore across the top of here. That's from lifting the paddle. So I'm just going to try and keep my arms a little bit tighter. I have been varying my stroke and keep changing it, and I think that's an important thing to know. When you're doing a long stint, if you follow the same stroke all the time and use the same muscles, they're going to ache. And it doesn't matter whether you're a performance paddler and you're using your core or whatnot, your core's going to ache. It happens. So what I find, sometimes I'll do quite shallow strokes, and so long as you just have a nice steady rhythm, you still keep going. and sometimes I'll do longer strokes and just mix up the muscle groups that I'm using while I'm doing this. Onwards we go. 13 miles left. Just pulled up a little fishing jetty. I'm going to put my dry suit on. It keeps coming in cloudy and cooler, and it's, as the end of the day draws near, it's going to get cooler anyway, so I might as well do it now. All done, and off we go. Like I say, it's only going to get colder. It is the 25th of October. The clocks go back tonight. Pylon! And there's another one down there. You know I bring you all the best views. It's just what I do. One of the things I did when I got out and put the dry suit on, I forgot to mention, can you see the kayak bag behind me there? I've set it up kind of flat so it sits flat against me to act as a bit of a sail, so that because the wind is predominantly behind me, it catches. There are some ferocious gusts and I'm getting shoved along quite nicely. It's nice. I'm delighted to say we've reached the Poppletons, which means this is the outskirts of York. Why am I delighted? Because what it means is if at any time I get to the point where I think I've had enough of this, I can basically just jump out somewhere, pack everything away, get a taxi back. Right, now I've got that out of the way, it's a sense of relief reaching that stage. It doesn't mean I'm doing that, it just means I could do that. So as I pass all these horrible places to live, I mean, I don't know why they've got all those windows when they just get to see idiots like me going past. Hey, who knows, eh? What does that mean in terms of mileage? Let's have a shufty. Stats, right. 16.35 miles. So that means there's less than 10 to go. 5 hours 48 minutes. Doing all right. The next feature on this trip is a rail bridge. Oh God, there's somebody shooting at me. Did you hear that? Looks quite good, lit up in the sun. 2 bridges this. I'm assuming the tracks diverge when they come out of York into different directions. Could be wrong. Pile on. What a beauty that is. I'm just having a little drift, little rest. Nearly 17 miles, 6 hours. Let's go. The next sight I see will be quite gratifying. Yep, that's the one, that's what I meant. The York Outer Ring Road Bridge. Once we go under that, well, we pretty much are officially in York. It really is quite a relief, you know, kind of hitting this one, because I am so close to home now. And then I'm going to get closer to home, and then I'm going to paddle away so that I'm further away from home. Yeah. Yeah. So, York Northern Bypass Bridge. As I say, a relief. In terms of miles, 17 and a half. I think I've got about 2.5 to the city centre. Nice having this back wind. It's been a godsend, I can tell you. Wow, don't know if the camera will pick this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In those 2 trees, there's loads of cormorants. There they go. Somewhat unbelievably, on Google Maps, this little area is called Clifton Sands. Yeah, I don't get it either. Thankfully, just round the corner from that, we've got a very welcome sight, Clifton Bridge. So I've just hit 20 miles. 6 more to go. Or do I stop here? Oh, I am aching. My back is aching. And I've no blisters. I did start to get one in there, but that I just had to change the way that I was holding the paddle. But I'm doing alright so far. My back aches. My legs are a bit numb. I might only need just to get out and have a walk around. I'm going to do that, I think. Oh, my legs have gone a bit dead. Beautiful. So what have we done so far? 21. So there's about 5 or 6, because this is an approximate guess for me, to go. How do? I'm alright, yeah, you? I've come from far.
Oh, where have you come from?
Boroughbridge.
Okay, have you come all the way from?
Yeah, I'm heading to Naburn Lock. I'm planning on doing the marathon. 26 miles it should be.
Right.
That's the plan. But I'm starting to ache. What's your name anyway?
I'm Greg.
Greg.
Yeah.
I think I've actually been recording, so nice to meet you, Greg.
Yeah.
So you might end up with a starring, a cameo in this video.
I'm embarrassed my kids.
In which case I'll definitely do it.
Yeah.
Alright Greg, I'm going to head off.
Sorry, what was your name?
Carl, sorry.
Carl, yeah.
Yeah, you take care.
Well done today, good effort.
Cheers, yeah, cheers. It will be a good effort if I make it. I actually really appreciated that little stop and natter because it's allowed my arm to recuperate a bit. Yeah.
I can guarantee I'll have my beer in hand.
Oh, I've got a nice bit of backwind at the moment. This is lovely. So I'm just approaching the A64 road bridge, and what this means is this is the other part of the ring road. So we entered on the road bridge at the north, and we're exiting the city road bridge on the south. And as you can also see, I'm now in the same position with the sun again as I was at the start of the day. Brilliant. Just what I needed. Ah well. Not far to go. How far have I done? So it's coming up to 4 o'clock and 23 miles. 22.9, but let's call it 23 because we're nearly there. So I'll have done 23 miles by 4 o'clock, and that means 4 to 5 o'clock. If I can get a good 3 mile an hour in, done by 5. Nice. Oh, that's a bit evil. The wind's blowing at me. I think this is one of those kinks in the river. I don't know whether the wind's turning round. Looking at those trees, it looks like it should still be blowing in the right direction. It might just be the way it's whistling around here. Yeah, big bridge this. Dual carriageway. Oh look, the sun's out again. In fact, technically, you might be able to see this is actually 2 bridges. Oh, I've got river traffic again. I just want that wind behind me. Oh Jesus, this is really annoying. I can barely see a bloody thing. All I can see is silhouettes. Oh Jesus, that's better. I've had to move into the shadow of the trees just so I can see. Shit, that's better. Just come into view, we've got the Archbishop of York Palace. Shining example of hypocrisy. Good old Christian values. There's people the world over starving, but the Archbishop's got to have a palace. I mean, that's proper bullshit, isn't it? Proper bullshit. Anyway, Let's not ruin a good day out. I am now at Bishopthorpe, and that means 2.5 miles to go, and I'm nearly at 24, so we're going to hit the 26. Popular area this, you might be able to see bosuns at the back there. Alright. Hello, sir. It's a big bugger, isn't it? So this is Naburn Marina, 25-mile marker has just gone off. I kind of wish it was 26 at the slipway just in the village here so that I could stop. And here we go, into the cut at Naburn Lock. I don't think I've ever been so glad to see this place. Oh my God, I'll tell you what, I don't want to go kayaking next weekend. Unless it's with an Ethan, or unless it's just a potter about somewhere, you know, just a bugger about. I do not want to do any distance, not for a little while. Anyway, the good news is 26 miles done. It's gone over 26 miles. I will put what the final figure was on the screen now so that you can see what I did and what my average moving speed was. So I've done it, obviously the clock's still rolling at the minute, 9 hours 5 minutes. So I think by the time I'm done it'll be about 9:10. I don't feel too hideous. No blisters. Little bit achy. My hands ache a little bit from holding the paddle, and my back. I'm more uncomfortable from being sat in the kayak than I am from the activity of kayaking. Does that make sense? And even though this seat has been comfortable, it's just that same position. It's the same office chair syndrome, you know, when you sat in an office chair for too long, that kind of thing, and you get up and you're all achy. Or if you sat on the loo for too long. We've all done that, haven't we? And anyway, this is it for this video. I've got a taxi to order, hopefully I can get one. Thanks so much for watching. If you've got anything you want to ask or add to this, let me know in the comments. You know what to do about liking, subscribing and all that jazz. I am quite exhausted. You take care of yourself. Cheerio. Oh, the last 100 yards? 100 yards. The last 100 yards. I feel like there should be banners and streamers and shit. I really do. 26.22, so I think it's going to be about 26.25 miles. Pretty damn good going, and I have to say, Aquaglide Deschutes. I know I bang on a lot about this boat, sorry Jim, but it is a bloody banger, it really is. 26.25. Oh, fantastic.